Joining us today in the studio is no other than international recording artist, Mr. Ragga Lox.
Greetings, greetings.
Tell us about your early beginnings.
Early beginnings. How early?
As early as you can, you could tell us about your family and how you really got into the business and when you just started being an artist and all the obstacles that you have to overcome.
Well, early beginnings. I was born in Jamaica, Manchester, Mandeville. I lived in a community called Georges Valley, which is on the outskirts of Mandeville, with my mother, father, brother, sister, and I have 5 sisters, 2 brothers. Went to high school, the Catholic. I went to Visnia Basic School, then Mandeville Infant School, then Mandeville Alien School, then the Catholic College, which is a high school. Then I migrated to the US, and then did a little bit of high school here because I didn't finish high school in Jamaica. And did about a year of college before taking
Amazing.
So, how did I get into music? My father was a taxi driver and he always had the best dancehall cassettes then. I mean, every artist, you name it, the dancehall last night, him have it this morning, and he used it to keep his passengers entertained. So, before I go to school in the morning, I used to watch the car. So I used to get all of the top cassette and all of the one of them with Charlie Chaplin and Joseph Whale, the creation of the Papa San, the Kilimanjaro, the Super Cat, and the Stereo Mars them. I used to get them.
So your father tax was like a little sound system?
Yeah, so every morning before me go to school to make sure that the car will wash.
I would never watch it.
I would never watch it. So now we used to just come at school with the lyrics then, like I just thought it was just the most creative thing that anyone could just do, just get the microphone and just rhyme over lyrics, with the style and melody. Like, you can just be the coolest thing if you want with it, or you can just, you know what I'm saying? Then you used to have, like, we just used to love, like, in the early days, like, I think the person who had the first real impact on me was Charlie Chaplin. Like, I think him, and then we had an artist named Danny Culture that sounded just like Charlie Chaplin that used to DJ for Hometown Song, whatnot. So, it was just the coolest thing. Charlie Chaplin would just come, especially them time that you hear about sing the Charlie Chaplin, them original sing jazz. They used to just sing some songs where just full of melodies and the lyrics just so real and sometimes it's comical and thing. And Professor Nuts was another one. The way how him write him lyrics and the way how he make it so comical,
Right.
Yeah, and the creativity and thing. And then you had the then I used to break up how I view the artist then. Like I would view certain people as like a commercial recording artist while some people are stage show artists. So I had like the Professor as a stage show artist and like this stitching them and thing, and then I had the recording artist as like the Yellow Man them and the Josie Whale them more. Yeah, because Josie is a bad recording artist, Yeah, some people take it for granted. And so I used to just from your youth, Papa San them go and hear lyrics, and straight lyrics. You listen to Papa San, if you want to hear some good recording and them, so you probably go to a piano. Even General Echo. You know what I say, from back in the early 80s then thing, and I remember them, I was a young man, but so yeah. So I got into the music from listening to my father, I guess.
So the credit goes to father.
Yeah.
Alright, so for those who don't know you, tell the people who is Ragga Lox.
Well, Ragga Lox is me.
Don't.
Ragga Lox is a reggae recording artist born in Jamaica. Now lives in the United States, has a number of singles, videos, 4 albums, and continues to do music. Yeah, great music.
Great. How long have you been in the business?
I've been in the business quite a long time now, about 30 years. About 30 years, yeah. Yeah, started mid-90s, early 90s.
And according to your bio, we know that you do reggae music.
Correct.
But how would you describe your style of music?
My style of music is new age roots reggae. I do reggae, which is reggae, as you know. But in terms of my style, I bridge the gap with a new age, so I can connect with the youth, So it's the same style of music. You get the same reggae, but you just get it with some more clarity and some more.
So would that be
melodies.
considered dancehall or
It's a bridge.
it's a bridge?
It's a bridge.
All right, and would you consider doing another genre of music?
I mean, in terms of being labeled as the artist of that genre, I don't know, but in terms of doing music in this genre, I do. I have hip hop. I've recently done some salsa, and I have some,
Salsa?
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, that's salsa. My most recent album, Climbing, the title track, Climbing, is actually a salsa track. So yes, I do venture into other genres.
Oh, you say your last track, your last
Album, yeah, the title
And
track.
The title track
Yes,
is
called
Climbing.
Climbing.
Okay. That answers my next question. You're ahead of the game. Lyrics
Yes, I do.
or you write your own
Yes,
songs?
yes, I do.
So when you write, what is the inspiration? And then part B is, do you write sound, lyrics to rhythm, or rhythm to lyrics? So when you write, do you actually write your own? Because I know some people do the rhythm and then they sing over it and then.
All right, the first part of the question, repeat it again.
If you write your own music.
Yes, I do.
Not music, but you write your
Right,
own
so
lyrics.
lyrics, yes, I do. And the second part?
What's inspiration? Or how
Inspiration.
do you do it? Lyrics before rhythm or rhythm before lyrics?
All right, I grew up writing lyrics first.
Okay.
Because as a young artist, you know, you have a whole lot of lyrics and you hear a lot of rhythms that you hear that you would like to record, and so you end up writing to those rhythms and, you know, with the hope of recording on them. However, being in the music for as long as I have, you become experienced in terms of how you write. A lot of times the problem is you write some bad songs, nice lyrics, but you can't find a rhythm to record it on. So most time the best songs that you get is when you write to the rhythm. Yeah, when you write to the track, yeah, you have a full composition, and I have a strategy where I don't write lyrics, I read rhythm. So
You read rhythm?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the rhythm actually tells you what it wants to say. If you listen to the rhythm long enough, it will tell you what it wants to say.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
So, I know you have collaborated with other artists in the past. What are some of the people that you have done collaboration with?
Some of the most noteworthy, Loot and Fire, Richie Spice, Mikey General. I've also collaborated with Natty Remo, a couple of artists. Revelation, which is Natty Remo's son. But I like to do collaborations where it actually, yes, I like to get big artists on collaborate with them. But I think some of the nicest collaborations you do is when you work with some up and coming or relatively unknown but very talented. I kind of have more fun with those collaborations.
They're hungry.
They're hungry. Like I just found a song. I didn't remember anything about this song. Revolution. I found it on Spotify that I did with some a hip hop artist a couple of years ago, and that was just so refreshing, you know, to really, yeah. I didn't even recognize my voice. You see,
That was so long ago.
It was so long ago, and I'm listening. I'm like, why is this popping up in my playlist feed, you know? And then I realized that, oh no, that is actually you, you know. So collaborations is fun. Yeah.
So is there anyone, it's either way, dead or alive,
Yeah.
but is there anyone that you'd have loved to, that's already transitioned, that you'd have loved to collaborate with?
Bob Marley.
Oh, Bob Marley.
Dennis Brown.
Dennis Brown.
The Garnet Sales. Because the type of music that I do is so influenced by them, but in a new age. You understand?
Yeah.
In a new era. So it's like I have a song that I did a few years ago. Yeah, I have to re-release it because of copyright issues. But it was like a Dennis Brown remake in a new Sinjay, you know, it's like what the world needs. No, I did over that as a chorus, but the actual song was like, where is the love? Where is the harmony? Gone are the days of happiness. So we kind of feel D Brown in that, even though it's more of a Sinjay, yeah, you know. So I would have liked to be able to collaborate with them to be able to fuse their music with my style.
My next question is though, is there anybody alive that you would love to
Work with?
to work with? Yeah.
Oh, a lot of artists. Like I said, collaborations feeds the music and enriches it. So the more people you would collaborate with would definitely make them, not only you get the more opportunity for a wider fan base, but also enriches the music. A live who I have not worked with yet that I really want to work with, Luciano. I did live shows with him, but we were supposed to record, and it just never happened. And like a Barry Salmon, like that's the ultimate, like, you know, in the business right now, the Buju Bantans and Sizzler Calanches. Yeah, I would love to work with them. Let me see. Who I would, of all the batch, let me see, in reggae, right?
Oh, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter?
I mean, music is music and music is life. Yeah.
I think, yeah. I mean, of what's alive right now is the Luciano's, the Berries, and maybe that's Maxi Priest. Yeah, Maxi Priest has a smooth style of our lovers rock reggae that probably would nice with some of my type of style. Yeah.
And you said you share the stage with Luciano. That's what you said.
I'm sharing the stage. Actually, Luciano is one of my biggest encouragement as a male artist in the industry. He always give me positive energy, and I was fortunate to travel to Africa twice with him. We did Ethiopia and Kenya, and I've learned a lot from him. I think I've probably learned more from Luciano from being a professional than any other artist, because I've been around him in that light, and not so much with a lot of the other artists. They do some road with Bushman also, and thing. But I think Luciano had a bigger influence in terms of going to Africa and the whole professional experience. I learned so much.
Okay, so do you like to do live shows, live performances? Do you like to be on the stage?
I love it.
Tell us about some of the performances that you have had.
First, so live performance, that's basically where I started. I started out with working with a live band, and I love performing, but I love performing with a live band. Yeah, because I mean, performing on tracks is a little bit different in terms of what you get to do, and it limits you in terms of how much you can do. In terms of a lot of time the TV tracks are already set up with where the chorus is going to be, where the verse is going to be, so you can't interact as much as you would want to. But working with a live band, starting out with a live band, give me the experience of controlling the stage the way how I like to do it, and being in front of a live audience and being able to interact with them and having them interact with you, and this is the best feeling. It is.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So as an artist, what inspired you to become an artist? Is it a family? Just the people around you?
As an artist, what inspires you to become an artist? I think it's embedded. It's a part of your DNA. I mean, there's a lot of people who have different things in them that they bring out to, because that's who they are. I tried some things and that wasn't me, based on the fact that I was doing it because of survival, or But in terms of who you are, I mean, if it was something that everybody could have done, everybody would have been doing it. Right. So there had to be something that was embedded in me that felt, because I'm the only one in my family. Yeah, my brother tried it to a certain extent, but to the level that I'm pushing it right now. And then I have my son now, who is doing music, and a few nephews and stuff who's
So they do reggae too?
Some of them look at dancehall, yeah. My son does hip hop, and
so you have inspired your son, you would say?
Hopefully.
But you say you've been in this for a while, right?
Yes, I have.
How long did you mention?
30 years as an independent artist, though. As an independent artist, and I think it's key to make note of that, because as an independent artist, and all those 30 years is being in America, it's a task, it's an uphill challenge. So for me to be sitting here with 4 albums 30 years later, I think, in my opinion, it's quite an accomplishment.
So what is it about the music, as an artist, about the music that have kept you in the business for so long, like that keeps you going?
That's a good question. That's a very good question.
So it's a very good answer.
Well, first of all, it would have been part of the previous question, which is part of my DNA. So it's like a part of my life. So me, I'm gonna do it regardless, because I love it so much.
The first album, the title of the first album.
Music is my life.
Yes. All right.
And then music, there's a couple things about music that I've learned over the years. Music gives you a freedom of expression, that you can talk your mind freely. And in some cases, come like the youth, they will realize too much now, so they can't talk too freely. You see me? But it gives you an opportunity to express yourself, communicate with a wide audience. And if you check it, music is one of the things that give the average mind the opportunity to voice their opinion, regardless if you like it or not, because regardless of the censorship of freedom of speech or what, if you make a statement. So because I'm a conscious artist, getting the opportunity to put a positive message in this world that we are living in today is a blessing.
Awesome.
Yes, to be able to can talk your mind about what's going on and bonfire, so to speak, or just express how you feel about what's going on. It is a blessing to have that platform. And another thing too, outside of the church, at the school, music is the biggest voice. I mean, it's probably a bigger voice than them right now to reach the masses.
Well, here's Sister Fire, but I've listened to some of your songs and bonfire all the time.
No, there's a time and place for everything.
They have the ladies, they love the ladies.
Oh my God, we're from them, Mama Africa, the earth, we can't survive without them. I mean, let's be fair, I said, nothing like being in the company of beautiful women and being appreciated. So, I mean, any man tell us that they're not like that, well, because of the world we're living in. No, that becomes norm to them, but that's for their business. However, for us, we love the ladies, we love the kids. You understand? We love positive, we love black people, we love Rastafari. So we love to find ways of getting our people together in a joyous way. It's just that there's a mechanism, seems like it's working against that right now. So we have to work harder to see if we can get joy out of the things where we love and the people where we love and the ones where we love. You see me I say? So we talk about bonus split if we need to bonus split. You understand? And that's just the message, we just keep it real.
I'm gonna revisit your stage performances, right? What is, just give me one, your favorite performance, like that, a memorable moment. One of your favorite performances that you've done. Just give me one, your favorite performance, like that, a memorable moment. One of your favorite performances that you've done.
Wow.
I won't be a part B because you're gonna tell me the worst situation.
Oh man. All right.
The highlight, the best one you can say, well, that was it for me.
The performance itself or the staging?
It could be the performance. It could be that show, that event, something.
All right.
Like, maybe the reaction of the crowd at a particular event.
All right. I'm not telling a lie. That's difficult, and I'm gonna tell you why. I'm one of those artists who keep breaking new grounds. So my last performance was very memorable. I just find a performance from about almost 15 years ago. I was like, yo, just have me locked in. I think one of the most significant performances I can remember though, I think this was about 1994, 95, around there. I was working with UNI Band, and I wasn't even really recording that much that time. And this was like a tour, cause me I said the band up on the road, and we did about 5 or 6 shows back to back in a week. And I remember coming back from Black Island. We had a show in New Haven, Connecticut at Toad's Place. And I think that show was where I found my sound. Like, I couldn't go wrong. Like, no matter how, it's just like you find your zone, you just drop in you understand? Mm-hmm. It's like, that was where I was like, wow, like, no matter how I try, everything just on key, everything in note. So I think that was one of the most significant shows for me in terms of memory. Because I remember that show being the show where I kind of found
so that's when it just started out, like,
yeah, that was early.
So like 90,
like 94, 95. I remember that show. I was in a blue short outfit with a white
Remember the
t-shirt.
outfits?
Yes, it was like yo, it's like I rocked that show. But not only that I rocked the show, I think there's a video out of that show. I never really got the video of the show. But not only that I rocked the show, I honestly just felt like I'm a professional. Because I hear it in my voice, because I hear it in my song and everything. So that show was significant, definitely. But in terms of staging, Mama Africa, Mama Africa. The song of Africa was the whole ambience. When I got there, everything was just
You've been to Africa twice.
twice, right? The
Both
first,
times?
both times, yes, the both times. I think both times I really got to experience like the height of what you want to do as an artist, how you want to, you know, the media, the fans in terms of how they. I mean, I was there with Luciano, so that contributed a lot to it.
Okay.
But that whole experience, the press conferences, the media at the airport, we had to, I remember being in Kenya driving in the like a jeep with an open top. But we have to stand up and like a wave to the people. Blue short outfit with our thing, and the concert was just like amazing. The concert, you know, the first year was the Millennium concert because Ethiopia is 7 years behind. So yeah, we were there in 2007 for that concert, and so it was like in New Year's Eve, New York City, 1999 coming into 2000, and you performing at that concert. Plus we did another concert at another with another major artist. I think it was Teddy Afro, was a big Ethiopian artist. Then the one in Kenya, it was just awesome, brother. I'm not telling lies. It was awesome.
Awesome. Partly.
Worse?
Yes.
I don't have a lot of those. I'll be honest with you. I don't have a lot of those.
Are you don't have to talk about if you don't want to say?
No, listen. I'm tooting or I had the microphone turned off on me in Brooklyn one time because I was not on the show. I'm a virgin called me up, and it was a Sean Paul show. And by the time he called me up, and he wasn't on the show either. So you know, somebody gave him a blind and called and turned off the microphone on me. I think I had a booing situation one time in Jamaica. I think. But I think it was set up to hold me seat. I think it was set up. And I'll get into politics of it. But I don't really can remember having keep my fingers crossed and no. In terms of performance, not a lot. I'm pretty sure I have my bad. I not here and there, but I try to put so much energy, and I think one of the benefits I have, especially working with a live band, is the fact that I started out with them. So I kind of have a lot of experience in terms of managing the bands. So if I remember why we're talking, I'll bring it up and say, oh, that situation.
All right. So I know the music. I know you do reggae, and especially the older folks think today's music is crap. What do you have to say, or what do you think of the music today? Not even reggae music, not only reggae, but also.
Oh, you said what folks how them think about it?
I know they kind of like the music is going downhill with the new stuff that they're making today, the new artists. What do you think of the new artists and the new type of music that's coming out of Jamaica and worldwide?
Well, all right. The key thing you say is that folks their opinion, and it's just natural because, like, being in the music 30 years means I'm not a young man, as young as I look. So I understand that. We're coming from an era where the music was rich, was more instrument based, was more musician based. So we were getting the music, the full ambience of music. We could listen to a track without listening to vocals on it. I mean, let's be fair, dub music in a reggae is a big market. You understand? Not anymore. Now, the music has changed, and the youth them find ways to make music without using musicians.
Right.
All right. Now, me personally, I'm not gonna say you would not hear me on a track like that because I would collab with a younger artist. However, you're not gonna find me consistently recording on those type of tracks because I know the importance of real instrumentation in a song. Difference. Because a lot of the artists, when you see them live, you don't get that energy because the music was not made from live instrumentation. The performance, it gets affected there. Now, there's two things about the music. Music has evolved, right? We're coming from an era where music was more commercial based. That means the music was made for wide masses and to have a global impact. When you're trying to reproduce it on a stage, performing it, it makes a huge difference. Now, like I said, the youth, they might make the music in their own house. So they might make music for them and their friends. It just so happened that the music is now the new dancehall. Because remember when our dancehall started, the elders didn't have a problem with it. So it's just, that's why I said I don't want, it's life. So you can't really, them have their own thing. And the reason why you can't really knock it is because they have fans and supporters. When you see them go out and perform, you have people stand up in front of them and get them forward. So it's just a new era. No, it's not, we feel like the music is going down. And basically, yes, it's a less creative process. However, they still have their support. We would like to bring them younger artists now back to music production where they can get some real music production to perform on so they can create a bigger impact because it makes a big difference. I mean, we are coming over when time we go on the stage show, the band, pam, 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 everybody start dance already. Before you even hear the artist. You understand? Then if you hear to the promised land from the ear, the online. You understand? The place going on. We don't have those type of music anymore. But it's a new era, so maybe they are creating that. You never know.
You never know, but talking about live bands, do you play any instruments? You said you are a first generation artist, right? Singer.
In terms of family.
In terms of family.
Yeah.
So when you got in the business,
As far as I know.
our immediate family.
Yeah, immediate.
So when you got like a Bob Marley with his sons and grandchildren,
No, we're not that.
it's not the time right.
Yeah.
But when you got into the business, is there any artists, veteran artists that mentored you or molded you to become the artist that you are today?
Directly?
Yeah, directly. Like anybody who sit down and say, look, this is what you need to do, this is the path you might need to take.
I'll be honest with you. That's one of the problems I've had doing music over the years. Never really had any mentors in terms of like guidance. A lot of things I had to figure out on my own, and I want to make. While I'm saying this, I'm thinking thoroughly to make sure I'm not being selfish or not part. But I've worked with some. In the early days, I worked with Rhythm One Productions, and with Rhythm One, we did. I was on a release called Rhythm One Rhythms that had Yankee B, Devon Clark, and Wayne Smith. But that was like working with a production company, a label. I left from there and linked up with Black Mind Records and initially became vice president. So me and Richie Roots, we worked on a few projects, but no disrespect again, it wasn't really like, not professional situation. So he respected my talent and I respected his, and he respected my business approach, and we connected and decided that we were gonna try to take the company to the next level. That worked for a few years, and then I branched out on my own. And I've been kind of doing my own since. But that's one of the things that I have advocated for not only for me, but for so many other artists to have mentors, people that you can, because I mean, we're living in a climate where music doesn't really have we're living in America, and the mecca for reggae and dancehall is Jamaica. And we don't have people in America who is focused on making the culture a part of the American landscape in terms of production companies, management companies. If they are here, they usually work with artists from Jamaica and they don't build homegrown. I know I kind of veer off into from the question, but it's just one of the things that is needed here in America as it pertains to reggae and dancehall, because we have some great talent here, but nowhere to turn in terms of exploitation of the talent or exposure. So, I'm gonna go off a little bit more. I always say this. Some of the biggest names in the business are the few that get a break from out of America. You understand? The shaggy, cranium, shine head. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So the talent is here. The talent is definitely here. But however, we have to keep going back to Jamaica in order to get recognition. And when you leave from America to go to Jamaica to get recognition, you're fighting a dead battle yourself because you have so much talent down here that is under the microscope. Everybody sees, you know. So it's just that's the one thing with talent in America. There's not a lot of avenues to be exposed.
What's the best piece of advice, since you weren't mentored directly by anyone? What's the best piece of advice would you give to a person, a youth that wants to be a part of this business, like to help them grow, to manifest their talent?
That's a great question. That's a great question. Independence. All right. What's the advice I could give to a youth living
someone
in America who's doing music?
He's not in America, anywhere. Like,
well, I mean, all right, okay.
Yeah.
Who doesn't have the support of the
they might be a first generation.
So independence, I think.
Yes.
All right. The first thing I'm going to tell you, say, you have to always learn, always be learning. You understand? Always learn. Study your idols. Study successful artists. See what they do, how they do it, and study successful producers, because you have to produce yourself. Also, you have to do everything. You have to study producers, managers, PR, even graphic design. If you don't have video editing, because now we're in a video world where you have to have content creators, and so you have to just be a student of the game. It may sound like a lot, it's not really, because half of the stuff you'll be doing anyway.
So you're advising them to learn as much as
but study, because it's all ever changing business. So you have to say, for example, I remember back in the 90s, I was studying Jay-Z them and Diddy them, and then replicating what they're doing in a smaller market. So I noticed that they were on the radio, Hot 97, videos on MTV. So I tried to get to the small market radio, learn about pirate radio, and try to tap into there. Figure out how to shoot videos. Back then it was harder. Now you can use your cell phone, etc., etc. How to get onto the charts. You realize that that's another situation where you want to talk about that. Another thing that I learned was I was a promoter. I promote my own shows, so I had to learn promoters how they promoted their shows. I remember going to sponsors and getting sponsorship because I seen major festival promoters having sponsors, and I'm wondering, what's this thing worth?
Right.
And they're like, these people will pay you to put there on your event. And like, really? And I went to a couple corner stores in New York, and they gave me a couple $100. And I put that thing on. So I had to learn all of that. I had to learn to promote a festival. I did a festival in New York. Me and my friend living through after coming back from Africa and realizing that we're still not getting the attention even though we're putting all this work in. So we were doing the Red, Green, Angola Fair, and that went on for a while. Promote a few artists well on that event, and so you just have to learn. Just figure out ways, man. I mean, use the same strategy. Connect with a guy, a virgin in California who had a local band. I wanted to get on some bigger stages, and we connected, and I did some bigger stages in Tour California, and I did some nice stages, some stages that Anthony B and Dan Carlos and Black Hole and them was doing. So I mean, you just have to find new ways, and at some point, somewhere, someone come along, and if not, you keep going, because me, I feel as confident, and I feel successful too because of the fact that I'm doing this independently and can still be doing it.
Right.
You know, so yeah, it may not be success in terms of popularity and fame and money, but I've been doing it and I'm still doing it and I'm continuing to do it.
All right. As we wrap up, one other thing. What makes that one thing that makes you get up every morning to show up for yourself?
still getting the feedback that I'm just as good as the best. So, I mean, you know, I have no choice because I mean, we all give up our drum. So I mean, me personally like the fact that I'm a part of a matrix that you don't know what is going to happen. Every day is a new experience, you know. And listen, nobody can tell us how this start. Nobody can tell us how. We don't think it tell us how. For you not to be excited about the next day, what possibilities it brings, you know, especially given the fact that I have something to contribute in terms of music. I mean, I can wake up tomorrow morning and I have one of the biggest songs in the world, and you know that's like a lot of, you know,
especially with social media these days.
Exactly. So I mean, it's just to get up every day and to get up every day just to get up. It's a blessing. Just to be alive, just to wake up, you know. So I have to just give thanks to the life itself.
So tell the audience, your fans, the people who will become your fans, where to find Ragga Lox.
Well, that's easy. That's www.raggalox.com, and you can find the social media, the streaming links. You can find merchandise, music, videos, EPK, bio, all the necessary stuff. So just go to raggalox.com. You get the Facebook, the Instagram, the Twitter, LinkedIn, and Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon. Everything's at raggalox.com.
Awesome. So Ragga Lox.
Yes, Rastafari.
Rastafari.
Yeah.
Coming to you live from Expressive Magazine. This is Ragga Lox. It was nice chatting with you.
It was nice chatting with you too.
Blessings.
Yeah. One love.
One love.